Okay. Are we live? I'm hoping we are live.
Yep,
Live,
we
I'm
are.
hoping we are. Okay, oh god.
You still gotta change the stream title.
Yep, the title's not
The
changed.
stream title.
Yep, the title's not. Okay. Prepare for like. Okay, I'm doing it this way because I'm getting encoder overload error. Let's do it this way. If my laptop will actually like cooperate with me, that would be appreciated. I think OBS is like dying right now. Is what's happening. So please stop dying. I'm getting like please stop dying. Excuse me, you're supposed to be paused. I'm like, why is it not working? All right. Surely this is actually like a functional stream now.
I mean, it looks fine to me.
Oh, this is stuffed. Alright, that's updated. I still am yet to like add commands, which is something I need to do, but I should have a little bit more time to do that stuff this week. So, anyways, welcome to the Quarterfinals Mappool Showcase, everybody. I'm Suiken, once again joined by Amphi here for this showcase. Yeah, I kind of forgot to remove captain and player roles for the eliminated team, so sorry if you got picked for this, but if you want to watch, sure, you can stay and watch. The pool size increases this week. Still 5 no mods, but we're going to have 3 hiddens and 3 hard rocks, and 4 double times. Free mods, going to be 2 free mods for the rest of the tournament, so free mod pool doesn't change in size. Yeah. We venture away from the best of 9s to the best of 11s now, so 2 bans per team. My math should be correct so that there will be enough maps to leave like at least 1 or 2 open.
Yeah, for sure.
Should go to like a tiebreaker scenario, but yeah. Looked at some of the feedback. Yeah, kind of an oopsie. This week the 1 maps are definitely not going to be all 200 BPM at very comfortable 200 BPM.
Yeah, this pool has a really good contrast in terms of like different BPM aim maps that feel a lot different.
Yeah, and also like the Fremont 2 is not pretty much directly ripped off from qualifiers.
It's on screen right now, actually.
Yeah,
the qualifiers one.
So yeah, I think that's enough stalling. Surely.
Yeah, well, also full star rating is 7.1, no mod 1.
Yes.
So that's kind of like, I feel like this is like around the cutoff where things start getting real and the maps can start getting quite a bit more interesting.
Yeah. And I think now that you mentioned the mod 1, I think we can get started.
Yeah.
Asana dodge. Hope the audio is like actually decent. Seems like the game audio might be a little bit on the quiet side.
Yeah, really well known, like no mod 1 in tournament pooling. Done by Barking Mad Dog, who's kind of like the mapper who has kind of defined what it means for a map to be a no mod 1, and this is no exception.
Yeah. I mean, you saw lots of like very large spacing jumps early on in this intro. I mean, you kind of see like a Barking Mad Dog no mod 1. You know what you're getting. I think this was a 2020 OWC custom map?
Yeah, kind of a while back now. Yeah, 2020 finals. But yeah, this is like a hell purest aim test. Like it's just aim comfortable triangles and that's pretty much it. There's no speed cap or stream cap to speak of at all. But yeah, on the aim side, it's just relentless. It's like triangles, like basically the whole way through. You don't get a break for very long.
Yeah. I don't remember what SR this is on local. This might have been like 7.
It must be like I think it's significantly higher at local. I think it's like probably 0.1 higher or so, maybe more.
I mean, I guess when you consider this was like OWC 2020 Finals No Mod 1, Like, it probably would have been around like 7.2, roughly speaking.
Yeah.
7.25 local. Just kind of going off, like, you know, the OWC no on one kind of SR trends. But otherwise, pretty comfortable map. There's a little bit of, like, micro aim that you need to worry about in this section here, but otherwise it's, like, nothing too crazy.
Also, some of the, there's like a few overlaps that I misread. I don't think it's actually hard. Just a silly thing from my end, but maybe some people have the same experience.
Relatively, like, middle length, no mod 1, 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's really very average for no mod 1 standards.
Yeah. But otherwise, like, pretty simple map in terms of, like, no mod 1, except for that section.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the overlaps.
VMD is a little trolling, and I think Chiv, like, completely forgot to... I think Chiv was, like, readjusting his grip there. But, I mean, aside from, like, that one random, I guess, like, diff spiky section, it's pretty consistent throughout.
I mean, in terms of the jump spacing, it's not even higher. It's just a bit weird to read, I guess.
Yeah, and it kind of just, like, comes out of nowhere from, like, that little bit of a slow section. But otherwise... straightforward map.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 3 minutes straight of aim, pretty much. I mean, that's what you want for your No Mod 1, something nice and simple.
And No Mod 2
speaking of simple maps, No Mod 2 is also a pretty conventional pick that's been seen a number of times recently.
Yep. It's Winter Dematory map.
Yeah.
You know what's in store when you see it's Winter Dematory. What voice crack. This beginning section, not really like that streaming. This is probably one of the, I guess, lesser streaming maps that we have in like the No Mod 2 slots, if I remember correctly. Ow.
Well, it's like I think the stream elements are the only hard parts of the map that like you can actually break on. However, it's not just like straight streams for the entire map. There's a tiny bit more variety. Like last week's was like literally the entire map was streams. So changing things up a little bit. But yeah, with its winter style, I mean, the way he map streams is really comfortable for, I think, most stream players. So,
yep.
If you're looking for a generic flow aim, I mean, this is, as usual in tournament pooling, the No Mod 2 is where you need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spacing really picks up in difficulty around here, getting into the one big Ki section. Or it'll be in a bit, I guess.
We had a different winter map initially for this, but
don't think it was a winter map actually. It was a
oh, was it not? I swear
consumer. It was a consumer of bean.
Oh,
map.
it was a bean. It was a bean map, and then
yeah.
we swapped it. And then we swapped
yeah,
it
we
for
made it
winter
much.
map.
This is a much simpler than the original pick. The original pick had a lot of like really weird rhythm changes, but
yeah. I guess as you would typically expect from a comp map, so it's like it would fit for like a maybe like a slot, but not like a conventional No Mod 2. This one is kind of just like it's not like
super conventional.
It's very conventional. It's not like Deathstream focus, but there is still like some longer streams like we just saw with that one there.
I mean, it's just 200, but you know, it's no We Love Llama in terms of stream length.
Yeah.
So
All right, now Nomad 3 might be a reading map for some people.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a reading map for some people. So this is a map we actually we had to kind of get an edit done for this because originally it was AR10,
It was
OD10,
AR10, OD10, yeah.
which was a little bit silly. So we asked Sedia to change it to what you see on the screen, and they thankfully got around to it pretty quickly.
Yeah. But you can kind of see, if you've ever played Sedia's The Truth Never Spoken map, this kind of follows a similar like patterning style to that map. It's
was that the round of 32 one?
No, it's not
A different map.
No,
Okay.
completely different map. Yeah, it's very similar pattern style. Lots of like very much like snap aim focus, but a lot of like stacked patterns on top of each other, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult to read.
Yeah, this has hella reading because it's like sometimes you have just like overlaps, like it goes back to the same place, and sometimes you have like the slider ends at a location, and then there's like another note weirdly stacked on it. So yeah, I think some of the other playtesters honestly didn't really like it for that reason, but I think there's a certain niche of people who like it.
It's a very unconventional, like, Nomad 3 style map.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, it's kind of a mix, it's a mix of, like, snap aim going, it's like changing between snap aim into flow aim, and also just, like, having that reading aspect. Very control intensive, Nomad 3. The start rating doesn't necessarily, like, reflect that, but it's pretty difficult. I think it's difficult enough to warrant being in this pool.
I would just describe it as very, very tricky. One you need to have practice down, I think.
This is one of those like alt maps that like I would like hate playing Nomad, but would be like such a field day for hidden players if it was like the hidden map.
Oh yeah.
We had tinkered around with a few different like AR values to edit because, as Ambi mentioned, it was AR10, OD10 originally. I think we tampered with like mostly like whether between like 9.4 and 9.6, and 9.4 was a little bit cool.
I mean, considering feedback, I think people are not really liking the lower end of the AR in Nomad, so should be a bit better liked by the players this way.
Yeah. 9.6 might even still be a bit low, but I feel like it's...
Nah, if they think it's too low, they can cope. 9.6 is like the most vanilla Nomad AR of all time.
Alright. Here's one you might not expect, though. Felicia Touhou. Illstar Diver.
We were very happy to find like a genuine Touhou tech map, because as we've learned, those are not common at all. But it's something that fits like the mold of what people expect from a Nomad 4, so it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, not a well-known map at all. Had to take it from like the depths of the graveyard.
Pretty recent map too.
Yeah.
And I think it was it custom for a tournament? I don't remember.
No, not at all. I think it just existed. I mean, it makes it cooler, honestly.
That's actually like, yeah. And of all the artists, you wouldn't necessarily expect Felicia to be in there. But here we are. Very short map. 1 minute 54 seconds, 185 BPM. You see the gist, a bit of slider aim. We saw a few cuts early on.
Yeah, it's just jam-packed with a lot of like low control aim. Then also mixed in, you have some sliders that you need to really be aware of. I think right after this, there's some like fast sliders. Oh, yeah.
That's a sight read diff. Kodo was sight reading this, so unlucky.
Yeah. Really like the aesthetics in this map. Well, I mean, I guess it's like pretty. Like, tech maps usually look like this, but. Yeah.
But yeah, very.
And, well, like we said, at under 2 minutes, you blink and you'll miss it. So.
Yeah. All right. Now watch 5. Oh no, I forgot. No, I forgot. It's because the difficulty name got changed. The difficulty name got changed. Okay.
Okay, just play it auto. Who
okay,
cares?
we're playing it auto. Hold on. Let me grab it. I forgot. I forgot the difficulty name got changed.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Okay. A bit of tomfoolery happening there.
Okay, so what happened with this map, right, is that original, the diff name is Remilia is a very lucky woman, Remilia the Touhou character, but then originally Zidorn spelled it wrong, and that was my playtest feedback, is that the map's fine, but he needs to fix the diff name. Then Suicune kindly asked him to make said change.
Kindly.
And he has obliged, so yeah. But I did the replay before the diff name got updated, so that's
I kind of forgot that it breaks replays. Oops.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Okay. As for the actual map, it's it's no mud 5 fair. It has extremely little aim, and in terms of the speed skill set, it's mostly just standard bursts. Not too long, nor is there a lot of finger control involved with it. It's just that the BPM is kind of scaling up from previous rounds, and we're getting almost 250 here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what's making it a step up from the previous one.
But yeah, aim. There's this 1/3 section. I forgot this exists. Aim, it's not going to be nearly as aim intensive as last week's, mostly because Zidorn is not an aim player, so he I forget, I forget, I never know how to pronounce it. But he's not an aim player, so naturally he does not like to map aim intensive stuff.
Well, and this was also a Authority custom, so it's not just him, it's any of the speed players who will be typing in Mappool feedback. Admittedly, I am one of them.
Yeah. This is also pretty precise in terms of accuracy. OD 9.4, well, definitely on the higher end, especially for 248 BPM. So if you're not comfortable on something this fast, the accuracy will, the drops in accuracy, you will see noticeable act drops. I don't know how to speak anymore. Speaking is too difficult.
Unfortunate.
All
okay,
right.
So next we have a tried and true classic, and honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the best songs just mapped in the game. Period.
Yeah.
Sentimental Skyscraper by Halsey.
Yeah. I don't think this map needs any introduction. This is one of the Osu maps of all time.
Yeah, it's the skill set tested it's mostly kind of awkward dense aim because it's AR9. However, you do have a bit of stream flow element put into it as well. There's some points where the stream spacing gets somewhat high as well. But yeah, the feature for sure are these kind of awkward, unconventional angles.
I think this might actually be the first, I guess, tiebreaker length map that's not a tiebreaker that we've seen. Well, no. I guess if
Qualifiers.
I guess you could like maybe consider what's the qualifiers? No mod 1.
Qualifiers, tech map, yeah, that was pretty long, but
Yeah.
this is this is actual tiebreaker length, the 5 minute 30 seconds, but we don't want to pull something really long without it being something special and exciting, and I think this map definitely lives up to that.
It's
Also, with
just
it getting a bit later stage, I think it becomes more permissible to pull long maps because I don't know, there's more stakes involved, I guess.
Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of like downtime here where you can just build up combo, but I mean, I'm assuming most of the players left in the tournament have played this at some point, so they wouldn't necessarily get caught off by those like those single taps there. If you haven't played this map and you don't know what you're doing there, then you might get a little bit screwed over.
Okay, we're gonna head into like the feature of the map. Basically, is this like course part. Yeah, these patterns are quite challenging with the obtuse angles.
In true sentimental skyscraper Hollow Wings fashion.
Yeah. It's such a like super unique pattern. Like you could recognize that part from like a mile away. It fits the song really well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this song is a classic. This map is a classic. I mean,
I'm tempted to just like not commentate the rest, just so you can have the song.
Yeah, literally same. Oh yeah, the slider stream.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the last sections that like you can easily break on if you're FC. I mean, this last.
The ending is
yeah.
pretty wild.
Okay, yeah, but that slider stream is still a combo killer.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, with the really high spacing, and especially going into the end, I find it very hard to keep really good grip throughout the whole map. So I don't think there's any breaks, and it's a whole 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
the really consistent aim players have a lot of opportunity to make that advantage known.
Indeed. All right. Hidden 2 time. So, not the best hidden 2 in existence.
I mean, it's fine. But it's mostly, it's basically AIM AR8 edition, which...
Yeah.
I guess that it is like its own skill set besides just reading, but people who typically like the low AR might not be the most pleased with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Dada AR8 map with a vintage difficulty. There's a little bit of like reading involved, but if you're like competent at AR8 in like any regard, this is going to feel like an game map.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is by far, I think, the most mechanically intensive game map we've seen. It is
Yeah, so
6
far,
stars.
for sure. Because previous Era 8s have been kind of just low aim control. So, changing things up once again.
There's a lot of like different aim involved as well.
Yeah, not the most comfortable angles for sure, but I mean that's very typical with AR8 maps.
Some of the sound samples in this are just ridiculous, though.
They gotta find some way to make another You and Owen Was Her remix sound actually different.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta have like a running tally of how many times there was a remix of this song in Pooled.
Actually.
I think we're probably on number like
Probably number 5.
Like 5, 6, something like that. I mean, I guess you just can't escape it. It's too popular.
Yeah.
Alright. So next, we're gonna have Hidden 3.
Probably one of the easier maps in this pool. Bloodshed.
Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of a low alt angle here. Oh, in Nikki eyes, so you're not seeing it yet.
So I was looking through the old map lists for Touhou Tournament 2 the other day, and I forgot this was in no mod there. I think it was in finals back when, map pools for open rank were, not 8 trillion stars.
Dude, yeah, like the Corsace closed pool out here with like a 9-star no mod 2.
9-star no mod 2, like 9.5-star tiebreak.
Yeah, we're not going there, but we also don't have Bristol versus Embrek here, unfortunately. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, but about the maps they will play, like this one. Yeah, this thing could very easily be pulled as Nomad 3, but it would be a very low intensive Nomad 3, and that's something that goes pretty well on Hidden as well.
Yeah. Because there is also, like, the cut stream, like the cut patterns we have, and just kind of making sure you're able to, like, aim these consistently. And then there's a little bit of a speed up section here. I think it goes up to, like, 166 BPM here.
Yeah,
which,
it stays within, like, alt BPM range, but still pretty noticeable.
Yeah. And this section is where, the cuts get a little bit more unforgiving. And then it goes back down to, I think, 157.
Yeah. So it just has a little bit of variation. Yep, and then the first PI basically repeats itself.
Yep. It is definitely going to be one of the easier maps in this pool. It might, I guess,
Well, if you're competent in a skill set, probably. But it is one of the more, I guess, niche skills to have is hidden flow. Not something a lot of people specialize in, so.
Yeah.
I will see the scores and see how it turns out, how people fare.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so next we have our Hard Rock one, and considering we had our what? Oh wait, they did the same thing. They changed the.
They did the same thing. Oh, I'm actually trolling this week.
No, that's not your fault.
Okay. Okay.
Well, in this case, we didn't tell them to change the diff. Just did it.
Yeah, I think it's because the mapper changed their name.
Okay, they had it as this, and then they changed it to something, and then they changed it back to this.
Oh no, that's right. They did change it back. No, that's so
troll. So troll.
That's actually troll. All right.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is, considering we have our lower BPM aim kind of covered in some other slots, the Hard Rock game is actually going to be a bit higher BPM than most people would be used to, with 230 BPM.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, the feedback we're gonna get on this map, because you don't typically see, aim maps in Hard Rock, or really that many maps in Hard Rock in general go above the 210 BPM mark.
Yeah.
So I am kind of interested.
It should it does help with some of the concerns of, maybe speed capping some people unnecessarily. There's 2 bursts in this map. There are 5 notes. I think most people can do that.
Yeah, this is a very aim-focused map.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly comfortable aim. Maybe not as much as the Nomad one, for example, but not really awkward by any means.
Yeah. So after Hard Rock, I think this comes to 7 stars on the dot.
And that's also after being nerfed and reworked, because
aim
star rating system when raw aim map go re. Yeah. If the UN Owen remix counter was at 5, it's now at 6.
Yeah. But yeah, speed really should not be that much of a concern on this. I mean, we have seen 3 bursts. 3 bursts. Two of them have been 4 notes. I think one of them was a 7 or a 9 note. There's 2 more bursts.
Yo, those ones are consecutive though.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Honestly, quite incredible.
Yeah. I mean, you could consider this more of a, I guess, niche skill, considering most high BPM players don't really like Hard Rock, and vice versa. But For some reason, I feel like nowadays this like BPM is something that a lot of people can just do.
Yeah.
Because it's not all that different from like the typical like 200 at the end of the day.
Yeah. You just need to move your cursor maybe a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Now we get to a map that was really done dirty by the star rating rework.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This map got absolutely done dirty. It got nerfed like by 0.4 stars, which I think makes 0 sense. But yeah. Azakari no Yugi, the CS 6.5 Hard Rock for this week. I believe it was a custom for last year's 4WC.
Yes, that is correct. And you just have a whole bunch of like really awkward alt aim with some like really strange spacing changes. And you're always in that zone where you're like not sure if you should blow aim it or snap aim it. Which is obviously exacerbated by the CS 6.5 as usual for this slot.
Yeah. 128 BPM, those 1/8 end up being 256. I doubt there will be anybody who single taps this. There probably are people in the tournament.
There probably are,
but I don't know. I think, considering, I guess like when you see like 128, like no mod, sure, it's probably fine to single tap. You're not really gonna lose that much accuracy, but I feel like for a map like this, it might just be better. But who knows? It's also a very short map, 1 minute and 39 seconds, but very difficult for the entire map.
That entire duration of that, yeah. Yeah, huge step up from previous weeks, I think, which it seems like the teams did pretty well on, so hopefully this should give them something a bit more of a challenge.
Hopefully. Speaking of a challenge.
Oh yeah, this is it's one of the harder maps in the pool for sure.
Yeah.
We have Justice Monster. You might remember this as like a OWC alt map custom from a while ago, but now we're tossing on Hard Rock.
Yep. And I guess for 2 iterations in a row we get Justice Monster, although this time not using the loved Sedia set. Instead this time, as Andrew mentioned, the Idki and Nathan OWC custom. That's on the ranked set now, and instead of no mod, we're slapping it in Hard Rock.
So yeah, as per usual with Hard Rock alt maps, you're looking at the OD10 to make hacking much more difficult than on no mod. I mean, of course, it's OD10 no matter what kind of map it is, but the timing windows kind of feel smaller when the BPM is a little lower.
Yeah. Especially with some of like the unconventional rhythm choices that Idki and Nathan use. It's mostly 160, but there are like some places like we just saw kind of a 160.
Yeah, the fast doubles pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a very consistently mapped map, both in terms of difficulty and just how the patterns are laid out in general. Like the same rhythm choices are used for basically the whole duration, so it becomes really intuitive how you should play it once you've tried it a few times.
It's also I think this is also the longest map in the Hard Rock pool.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 minutes of this. I don't think there were any breaks in this map either.
No, there are not. So, yeah, all I can say is, well, all players kind of eating good right now with this and also the hidden 3. Because I think sometimes on those slots you might see like maybe like a tech instead, but with the restrictions of the tournament, there's not really tech maps we could put there, so much easier to just go for the quality maps that already exist. That are in all categories.
I guess some of them. Well, I guess you wouldn't call them tech in the typical sense, but in some ways you can maybe call some of them like light tech.
One of the most fun maps for me to test play. I think Nathan has a very good reputation with making just enjoyable maps in general. Like if you just look at his mapper page, all the stuff he does just has like a ton of favorites, and for good reason, I think.
Yeah. One of the most like outstanding mappers, and also has been in the scene for a very long time, so he knows a thing or two about that.
Alright, so that'll be it for the Hard Rock Pool, and we'll get into our DT1. And finally, the actual DT players get their high AR. Okay, well, this is technically not 10.3, but it may as well be 10.
It's 10.2.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. For someone like me, it's anything above 10. It's 11. A little bit on the faster end for, I guess, like the typical aim slot. 258 BPM, but players these days are ridiculous, so...
Yeah, what makes this a bit more interesting than the typical DT1. So like you saw right there, it has some bit of a burst element to it, but it's mild enough where just makes it a bit more interesting while not introducing too much speed cap element.
It's not like a pure speed map.
It's just certain sections of it are represented that way.
Yeah.
Also the angles are... I mean there's quite a bit of conventional aim in the rest of the pool with like Nomad 1, Hard Arc 1. So the angles of this are a bit weirder than normal. Honestly, it's still mostly normal, but
yeah,
compared to what people might be going in expecting.
Yeah, it's a rolling C map, so like it's not like pure awkward.
It's kind of in the like a gray zone between the two.
It's also a pretty long map for a DT1. Almost 3 minutes, I think, after DT.
Yeah, so before it's like 4.5.
Funnily enough, though, not the longest DT map.
Yeah.
It gets very burst heavy towards the ending there.
Yeah.
So that ending might speed gate a few people, but overall, solid.
I mean, yeah, it's just sometimes you don't want just pure aim check. It's more like a fundamentals test, I guess. So you kind of need to have both for that. Alright, so now you're gonna have DT2, which in our format, we're gonna have DT2 be more, like, I guess, quote unquote lower BPM for speed standards, and testing more of longer stream stamina. So, yeah, that's what you're getting here. Along with a little bit of finger control with doubles, but mostly focused on the stamina. Yeah, mandatory Senya DT.
Mandatory
well,
Senya DT.
Like we said, we didn't have Senya DT in some of the stages, but we have since got our act together.
Yeah. Very straightforward map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is basically as straightforward as you can get. Well, I guess there's the slightest bit of finger control, but yeah, a map done by Kawari, who is really well known for just really simple maps, but they're still enjoyable to play. So yeah, this no exception. Also, kind of a low-key farm map.
Oh,
no, it's not the highest star rating in the pool, but actually for an SS, it's like above 600 PP. I am gonna need him to get this ranked.
Yeah. If this is ranked, yeah. This is some really good, stream farm.
Yeah, not much more for us to comment. You could just enjoy the song. I think we have good song choices in this pool.
Yeah. At least I would hope so.
In my opinion, of course these things are subjective, but
yeah. I don't know. Like 90% of these pools were done by me at like 5 AM on like massive amounts of sleep deprivation, so it's like
that's the best kind of pool, honestly.
I guess. Alright. DT3.
Yeah. So we have a bit of a contrast to the last speed DT, because though this is also speed, it's much higher BPM. What you would call, I guess, actual speed at 270. And then also actual speed in the sense that it's speed in a reading with the AR finally, at long last, actually 10.3.
Yeah. Some of these patterns are pretty brutal to aim, considering, it's 270 BPM as well.
Yeah.
You have to
so then
really
even the small spacing looking stuff can become hard just because you have that little time in between notes. But yeah, besides the aim, of course, you have the pretty constant burst rate. I mean, they don't get too long, mostly up to 9 notes only, but it's just spaced enough that you do need to know what you're doing in terms of the skill set.
Short map though, 1 minute 46. So, I guess if this gets played and you can't really play it, you won't be suffering for too long, I suppose.
Yeah, but of course with the way how speed is weighted nowadays, not too surprising, this is the highest starting in the pool, 7.3, or just a little bit short of that.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that was yeah, unlucky.
Unlucky. Alright.
Right. So now we have our basically the.
That is the
That's
Fremont.
not it.
Okay, that's not it.
Do you want to just do this now? I mean, like.
How
sure.
did? Okay, I don't know how that happened. All right, give me 2 seconds. I don't know what I did there. Hold on. Don't worry, we'll come back to that. Oh, no, I know why. It's because okay, we don't have a replay. Seikyu put the wrong replay in the channel.
Oh!
He put the wrong replay in. Let me get the map. Okay, this showcase is cursed.
Dude, we're having hella bad luck with this sort of stuff.
All
3
right.
maps now that we had a replay for, but actually we don't get to show it. Unlucky.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we'll get back to that.
This is the, non-mechanical DT, because, with a typical DT slot pooling, you have 3 DTs that are very conventional maps. So then, you gotta spice things up a little bit and bring in, like, a different skill set. So, we have a half-slash map, so you know it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
And it's like, kind of feels weird to say 200 BPM alt, but that's just kind of what it is. Because, of course, you have some like mildly spaced flowing, but in addition to that, you have some like back and forth snaps, like you've seen. So,
Yeah. Probably the most finger control heavy DT.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, when you consider it's a half-slash map, I think this is a collab with 2 other people? I don't remember the specifics of
Something
this.
like that, but yeah, it is a collab, as you can tell from the diff name. Yeah, this kind of alt really, really characteristic of just the DT alt genre, where it's like, I guess the best way to put it is there's a lot of micro movement involved, where it's not just pure flow, and then you need to, adapt to some of the changes, like some sudden changes in the angle. Not too challenging in terms of reading, because it is AR 10s, considering we already have basically 2 10.3s.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much going along with the theme of like the DT3s from previous weeks, except now in the DT4 slot.
Yeah. Not a really commonly pulled map, so
Yeah.
hopefully should be fresh in everyone's minds, I guess.
Hopefully. I know the top diff was...
Yeah, top diff was
NWC
originally pulled for Nick's Winter Cup, but that diff is a bit too unhinged for this difficulty, at least. So yeah.
It exists.
But yeah.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, Fremont 1 is arguably, I think, probably the hardest map in the pool. For me, it's definitely up there.
It's hard to say. Okay, it's very hard to describe what skill set this is, because you have a lot of like reverse slider kind of gimmicky patterning, but not just that. You have some rhythm changes with these 1/6 triples.
Yeah.
So then it's like half gimmicky and like half mechanics, because you also have some of like the higher BPM aim as well.
Really puts you on your toes in rhythm test.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you need to keep your eyes open the whole way through.
Yeah. Because it doesn't just throw, changes between 1/4 and 1/6. It also goes from 1/6, 1/4 to 1/3. I think there's also some 1/6 to 1/3 as well.
Yeah, the rhythm processing is a little bit crazy on this.
Yeah.
As well as the reverse sliders that you really need to respect.
Yeah. You cannot go lightly on those sliders.
Yeah, nah, this map just has everything. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Like, you got some speed, got some aim, got some ult. So it'll be interesting to see what what players the teams field for this.
Yeah.
It's the kind of map you gotta get everyone to get those scores on the sheet, and then see what happens.
This has potential to be probably one of the most banned picks, and I mean, it just throws so many things at you in under 2 minutes. So
Yeah. Also forgot to mention, it's pretty dense with hidden.
Yeah, it's
9.4. 9.4 is not a comfortable.
It's
not comfortable for that.
At CS3 too. It's also a CS3 map. So, all right. Well, Bloxy's in chat. You know this map. Now we actually get to see this map.
Yo, that's crazy. I think this just got uploaded kind of recently, right?
Yeah, I literally downloaded like maybe like six new maps from like Graveyard the other day trying to find a new free mod too, and well, it just happened to be there. And you know, Bloxy, respectable, pretty well known, you know, CS5 area mapper. So here we are.
Yeah, no, we're very thankful for Bloxy, because this has to be like the least commonly occurring like map slot. Like who maps CS5 area now these days? So
yeah. Especially
Bloxy has just the whole repertoire of Touhou maps in that genre.
Amen.
Which we've already used 3 of. So
yeah,
he the goat.
Yeah. Pretty short free mod pool this week too as well. This one just under 3 minutes. I think this is probably going to be on the easier side. It's like just under 6 stars for hidden players. It's still, I think this is probably still one of the maps that, you know, easy players could in theory go on. But I mean, this should be pretty comfortable for Hard Rock. It might even be.
I think it'll be less common this week. Last week there were a lot of people on easy, which was understandable because it's very easy to process. Easy mod with like grid snap patterns. This is not so much like that, so it's more likely that teams will have someone who's willing to just take the hidden.
Yeah. Oh, the custom hit sounds. That's actually such a goated custom hit sound moment.
Yeah, replicating that old style of you know, when CS5 AR8 was like the norm. And now you have people like me who will get mad if the map is over 4.3 CS.
Yeah. Alright.
So now we have the grand reveal of the tiebreaker.
Camo, I'm sorry. I know you hate this map, but I'm pulling it anyways.
Wait, he does? Really?
Yeah, he does not like this map. He actually, like, if you look at the description, he actually just tells people to play the Elvis one. He does not like this map.
Huh. Well, I mean, the thing is, this one is much more difficult, which yeah, I don't know. I like the map a lot personally. What it does a great job of is, you know, when a tiebreaker, well, in any tourney slot, but especially the tiebreaker, you want a very consistent difficulty map, and that's something this accomplishes really well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have a slow intro here, but once it gets into it.
I mean, Camo's just really good at making really consistent, like, maps in terms of, like, difficulty.
Yeah. And the style of aim is really balanced because it's just neither comfortable nor uncomfortable. That's the best way I can put it. It just is.
Yeah.
Which yeah, very I will say pretty aim focused tiebreaker. You do have a few streams here and there.
Yeah.
But it's mostly gonna come down to the aim ability.
Yeah, we kind of saw in the beginning a few like 1/3 patterns. There's a few bursts here and there at 218, so we're definitely getting up there in like the BPM, roughly speaking.
Yeah, I think 218 is super. I guess good for a tiebreaker because we're trying to strike a balance between being fair for like a high BPM or a low BPM aim player, and this is right in the middle. So you do have pretty considerable difficulty in just the spacing, but it's not a Grand Senpai map.
Yeah. It's also just
Yeah,
a good song.
when you have like a ranked maps like this, you can tell if a map is a good tiebreaker if you look at the leaderboard, and the top spots are just the goats, and Kohizi's #1, so obviously it does that.
I wonder if we'll see any tiebreakers played this week.
Yeah, we did have a tiebreaker played last round actually.
Yeah.
Spine's Knight almost FC'd. That was crazy.
Spine's Knight, what a Giga Chat. I mean, I guess that's what you expect.
That's like that map was his exact skill set. But
I mean, I guess
still.
that's what you expect from a guy who literally dropped like what 700k on Deconstruction Star in match before.
Yeah.
Like.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, see some more crazy scores like that, and this gets played a lot.
1/3. Yeah. It should be fairly readable. I mean, Camo new comboed all of them. I mean,
yeah.
I think
difficult
to read.
I mean, a lot of people. Sorry. Go ahead.
It may be a little bit difficult to set those 1/3s, but with a little bit of practice, doable.
Yeah, I was gonna just mention that a lot of people are reluctant to practice their tiebreakers, understandably, because usually it won't get played. But if you're falling in that camp, this should still be pretty doable.
Like, this is another one of those classic songs in Osu. I mean, S-Joy has a set of this. They have an Elvis set of this as well. Camo has it. And now, obviously, you know, showing Camo's. Yeah. Very, very classic Osu song. Very classic Touhou song as well. For a remix.
Yeah. As this draws too close, we gotta thank Chiv for the replay. Kind of 670 on this goes kind of crazy.
Yeah. And speaking of replayers, I mean, thanks Ampy again for most of the replays again. We got Chiv for the Nomad 1, the Hidden 1, and Tiebreaker, and then we didn't get to see Saikyu's DT4, but he had a replay for that. We did see his Fremont 2, and then thanks Coda as well for the Nomad 4. So, let's take a quick look at, you know, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, it's showing the wrong. Hold on. Let's see if I can change that. Here. There we go. There's your map pool for quarterfinals. Map pack will be out soon. Pool will be out soon on the sheet. I still have to work on schedules for a little bit. I had something to do this morning, so I didn't really get time to work on schedules. Schedules will be out shortly as well, probably around the same time as Pool and Map Pack, and I will try to get stats out for round of 16 by the end of the day today. Otherwise, check the stats folder tomorrow for them. We have a few VODs from round of 16 that I need to upload to YouTube, as well as the recording of this showcase after it's over, so I guess expect those on there as well soon. And yeah, good luck to the teams. Teams and losers bracket, remember that you do have a potential of 2 matches you need to play this weekend, so I'll remind you guys about that in the announcements. Reschedules closed on Friday, 23:59 UTC as per normal. Remember, best of 11 this week with 2 bans per team. Check the forum post for all the rules and that's and such, but I think that's all I have to say. Is there anything else you want to say, Anthony?
I'm just gonna say we're gonna hope to stream more of the matches this round, or I'm gonna try to, because I don't have finals anymore.
Yay!
So I think we'll get some good matches, and hopefully we'll get to stream a lot of them.
Yeah,
that should be exciting.
Yeah, there's bound to be some good ones in this weekend. Let me hop back over to Laser. That is not Laser. I guess if we look at the bracket, I mean, we have Lipinski versus Blue Pants. Let's see. I think that's
Red Pixel
Red
versus
Pixel, Halcyon, Miku Fam Club, and Marisad, Reginald, and the Russian team that I've just named.
You just put in Din.
I just put in Din because, like, what else am I gonna name the acronym? And then losers bracket has some good matchups as well. So I'm interested to see, how this weekend progresses and who makes it on to, semifinals weekend. So other than that, once again, good luck to the teams, and we'll see you guys this weekend for the matches.
Yeah.
Take care.